Hello, it's Sarah, and I just thought I would share a little something for all the boys and girls at home at the minute. So one of the things I love to do when I get a little bit of spare time is to bake, and I'm going to show you some of the ingredients I have out to bake my cake today. I'm probably not going to use all of those eggs in one cake. We've got some butter, we've got some flour, some sugar, and a lemon. So I'm making a lemon cake today. So I know that whenever all these ingredients are put together in a cake, it will taste really, really nice. But I was gonna have a go at tasting some of them on their own this morning. So let me go for some flour. So I've got my flour here. I'm gonna try a little taste of flour. Oh dear, not very nice at all. Oh dear, not good. So I've tried the flour and that was really not very nice at all. So let's try some of the sugar. Wee bit on my spoon. It's nice, it's sweet, a little bit grainy, but still tastes nice. Now let's have a go at the lemons. I've got a little slice of lemon here. Wonder how this will taste. Ah! Oh dear, very, very sour. So I've had a little go at tasting some of my ingredients there, and to be honest, they don't taste that good on their own. The sugar's okay. Butter, I know butter's okay on its own because I eat butter on my toast. Eggs, well, I haven't eaten a raw egg this morning, but eggs, whenever they're cooked on their own, they taste fine. We have boiled eggs, we have fried eggs. So some of the ingredients on their own are really not nice. Some are okay, and some are tasty enough. Who doesn't love butter on toast? Okay, so it's now time to start mixing all my ingredients together before putting my cake in the oven. So here is our butter and our sugar mixing together. So I'm gonna add in some egg. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to start zesting my lemon into my cake mix. And finally, I'm going to add in my flour slowly so it doesn't pop up all over my face. Starting to move it into its little loaf tin, and it's already tasting pretty good. Goes into the oven. So the cake is now out of the oven, and we'll have to do a little bit of a taste test on it. So now for a little taste test. It's good. So you're probably wondering, Sarah, why on earth are you talking to us about cake this morning? Well, the reason I'm talking about making a cake and the ingredients that go into a cake is because I read a verse in my Bible, and it's a verse that's found in the book of Romans, which is in the New Testament, chapter 8, verse 28. And when I read it, it reminded me about baking a cake. So let's read it together. So it says, "And we know that in all things God works together for the good of those who love him." So the reason this verse made me think about cake is that whenever I was making my cake, I tasted all the different ingredients, the butter, the sugar, the flour, and even the lemon. And some of them tasted really good. Things like sugar and butter, they taste okay. But then I had things like the flour and the lemon, and they didn't taste really good at all. But to make the cake, they all had to be blended together, put into the oven, and they make a cake. You can't make a cake without the flour, even though it doesn't taste very good whenever you're tasting it. And the reason I thought about that is because in this verse, it tells us that all things, the good things and the bad things, work together for the good of those who love God. And what that means is the good times and the hard times in our life, they work together for good. God uses them for good. So maybe you can think of some really good times you've had in your life, and after our assembly you can talk to those around you, whether it's your mum and dad or the people you're with at the minute, about those times. And also maybe you've had some hard times you'd like to talk about as well, and maybe at the minute you're finding this time we're in really difficult. Maybe you're not getting to see your friends in school like normal. Maybe you're not getting to see Granny and Granda like normal, or other members of your family. It all is a little bit strange, and for a lot of people this is a really difficult time. But what this verse promises is that God uses all of this for good, even though sometimes we can't see how when we're in the middle of it all. And also this makes me think of lots of people in the Bible, because in the Bible there's lots of stories of people who faced really, really difficult times. And one of those people was Joseph, and you find his story way at the start of the Bible in the book of Genesis, and you might know him as the guy who had the colourful coat. And Joseph, he had lots of really, really hard times in his life. His brothers sold him as a slave, he was in prison, but he played a really big part in God's big story of the Bible, a story that Christians believe is still continuing today. But I'd love to give you a challenge. I wonder if there's something good you can do during this time. Maybe you could write a little card or a letter to Granny or Granda who are on their own, or even just give them a phone call. Or maybe you could help out around the house with different cleaning and keeping your room tidy. Or if you've got a younger brother or sister, maybe you could help out by entertaining them for a little bit. And remember the verse we talked about this morning, Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things, God works together for the good of those who love him. And I hope you've really enjoyed Assembly this morning, but you can continue on by watching and singing the song that I have linked. And it talks about the lions going weak and hungry, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. So this song talks about how all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. So I'd love you to sing it loud wherever you are, praising God. Thank you so much for joining us today for Assembly, and remember to tune in next Monday morning at 10 a.m. for another one.